Somebody got to say it. 2025 should be a great year in boxing. 2024 has been pretty good, but one of the most distinct features of 2024 has been the exposure, the final exposure of two of the greatest hype jobs that we have seen this century. The number one hype job of the 20th century and the number two hype job of the 20th century. And one of them is definitely named Anthony Joshua. We now, though, will see what the heavyweight division is really made of as we move forward and we get rid of this idea that people really truly want to see the best fight the best. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the heavyweight division, man, where we've got an aftermath to a scene, which is absolutely and positively has been one of the biggest circus shows that I've ever seen in boxing. The word hype job is thrown around a lot in boxing. Hype job. The first time that I've heard a hype job was a heavyweight from the 1930s. Primo Carnera. Primo Carnera was a 6'6" Italian fighter, big muscular guy. Many people at the time thought Primo Carnera was a very handsome guy. And he was going to be the next level of heavyweight, the big supersized heavyweight. Only problem is that he wasn't very good. He looked the part, but he really wasn't the part. And eventually he got dismantled by fighters much smaller than him, more accomplished, more skilled, and pop goes the hype job. Go look up Primo Carnera and then take that Primo Carnera picture and then stick Anthony Joshua right next to it and say this guy was originally the top hype job in the history of heavyweight boxing, at least from the historians that I listen to. Anthony Joshua is right there with him. Anthony Joshua is right there with him. Anthony Joshua losing to Daniel Dubois was the final chapter in the final chapter in the story of this unequaled hype job. Anthony Joshua did not fight Deontay Wilder when it was right there for him to be the undisputed champion of the world, the heavyweight champion of the world. He had all three of the other belts, the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF. Deontay Wilder had the WBC, two undefeated fighters on knockout streaks. There's no doubt that that fight would have been bigger when they made that than any heavyweight fight that has taken place since. Without a doubt, that was one of the biggest fights that could have been made in boxing this century. Problem, Anthony Joshua's team knew they could not win that fight. If you watch what just happened with that man, with Daniel Dubois, you have to wonder whether or not Anthony Joshua will stay awake with Deontay Wilder, even in the state that Deontay Wilder is in. Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, is not a Hall of Fame heavyweight. I think that he has had the most manufactured career, again, of any fighter I've ever seen. And it went pop goes the weasel. But you better believe it took a lot of times for this weasel to go pop. It didn't go pop the first time he got knocked out. Didn't go. Oh, it was an anomaly. He wins, he's back. He immediately goes to Saudi Arabia to get it back, by the way. Immediately takes the fight from New York, goes to Saudi Arabia, gets it back. And then protection mode, rebuild mode, all the way up to getting fed to Daniel Dubois, but thought they could get past Daniel Dubois to get to Tyson Fury. Now, this is why I'm saying do not tell me these people want the best to fight the best. Don't tell me that that's what they want. Don't tell me that's what Turkey wants. Don't tell me that's what Eddie wants. Don't tell me that's what this media wants. Because the plan for Anthony Joshua was not a fight with the winner of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Daniel Dubois was not going to get a fight if he wins, most likely with Tyson Fury. And there's no need with Alexander Usyk, because that's just another whooping waiting to happen again. But even if that's the case, then the discussion should be Daniel Dubois and what he's going to do with Alexander Usyk, not Fury. This whole idea that they were going to center, this is Eddie Hearn's plan, and you can see it because people talk about the Americans in the top 10. Several of the Americans in the top 10 never have gotten a chance to fight these guys after they performed well enough. Specific case in point is Michael Hunter. Why isn't Michael Hunter in the mix for this? Michael Hunter lost a fight. Sure, he lost a fight, but he also really did truly beat Alexander Povetkin. I do believe that didn't Martin Bakole and he fight? Or I'm sorry, there was another really top prospect that he beat. Michael Hunter knocked out Martin Bakole. Now everybody's talking about how great Martin Bakole is. And hey, the heavyweight divisions, what about Martin Bakole? Well, what about Michael Hunter, who beat Martin Bakole? Not a mention of it. Not a mention of him. So this is a guy in Michael Hunter, an American heavyweight, who knocked out Martin Bakole, TKO'd Martin Bakole, and really truly beat Alexander Povetkin. But name is never mentioned when you're talking about him fighting, when you see him fighting some of these guys. You never, ever even see it. I do believe, too, though, that let's go through this. Tony Yoka. Well, he actually do beat Tony Yoka. So that was a good shot from Martin Bakole. Hey, he has not lost yet since then. With wins over Martin, and he has a win over Martin Bakole. He has a unanimous decision loss against Alexander Usyk. So really, the only guy to really beat him is Alexander Usyk. Why isn't he in the mix? Danny Dubois loses to Alexander Usyk. Danny Dubois is fighting for the IBF championship. Michael Hunter beats Povetkin, goes the distance with Alexander Usyk, knocks out Bakole, no talk. So please do not tell me that these people in this heavyweight division want to see the best fight the best. They don't. Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren want to keep the heavyweight division within the UK. And Saudi, because Saudi's footing the bill now because Turkey came in and bought his way into the prize. But the reason that stuff stays over there is because they want it over there. And yeah, that is discouraging to American heavyweights like Deontay Wilder, who wasn't even able to get in this lottery. Even though he had been the longest reigning champion in boxing when it started, it was like a mission to get rid of him. But anyway, I'm glad the hype job is gone. And now the second hype job, Devin Haney. We'll see what happens with Devin Haney moving forward. But man, that was hilarious to see Devin Haney out there not even being able to get tickets into a fight in London from Eddie Hearn. Can't even get a ticket into the fight. Had to buy his own way into a fight. Well, isn't it glad you got all that money? But if there's not a message being sent to the American, no thank you, we don't need you. Come on, man. But that is, I gotta say, of Devin Haney's own making, and I understand 100% why Eddie Hearn wouldn't give him a ticket. Man, you're not on my squad. You're either going to be on my squad or you're not going to be on my squad. Pick one. If you're on my squad, okay, cool, we're rolling. If you're not on my squad, then hey, man, we can do a deal by deal basis. But if you ain't on the deal, you ain't getting a ticket because you're not, you know what I mean? But anyway, man, it's all fun. Love it. But man, the whole heavyweight conversation over the series of years to me has been, it's like, whatever, man. Don't tell me about how great all these heavyweights are, man. These dudes all got whooped by a cruiserweight. And the main reason you guys were talking about how great these guys are and how much better they were than these American past heavyweights and this a new era was all based off their size. And you got a guy that is literally the same size as Muhammad Ali and older than Ali. Same size, but older. Not a 22, 23-year-old super fast moving around all over the place Ali. This a 38 dang near year old 40-year-old man the same size as Ali whooping y'all. Nah, bro, I don't believe y'all. I think y'all hype jobs. I think that whole division is hyped up. I just don't think there's any depth in it at all. And I do truly believe that all of the heavyweight division is suffering from these other sports, not just Americans, all of them, because all these heavyweights are marginal in my opinion, apparently marginal. Because how is Tyson Fury not able to dominate Francis Ngannou? And how are we in an area and in an age where we can really take Francis Ngannou seriously as a fighter? Walking right in the door. Don't tell me these guys want the best to fight the best. They don't. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.